We know it all. We know what is good for us, our truth, and forgetting about God's truth, who is the truth, the only truth. It brings on spiritual decay when we think we're walking in our own truth and our own righteousness without getting what is good, what is evil, what is right and wrong from biblical standards, from God's standard. We're walking in spiritual decay, sinful, rotten to the core. You see people like that. You see how injustice is being played out. Injustice was being played out in this day too. Justifying sinful practices as good, as right, in the sight of one's own eyes without acknowledging God's wisdom, God's grace, His mercy. They're walking in moral perversion. Today, people walk in moral perversion. They call adultery right. They call fornication right. They call homosexuality right. They call all these things that God calls sin right because that's what they're practicing. That's their choice of sin. When people choose sin, they ignore God's law. They twist God's perfect law, His righteousness, and twist it to fit their own reality, to fit their own corrupt desires. And that leads to God's judgment coming upon us. That leads to people walking in spiritual darkness. That leads to spiritual decay, rotten. Deliberately turning upside down the moral values that God established. God is the one that calls wrong. God is the one that calls right, and vice versa. When we do things against God, that's spiritual corruption. That's willfully choosing ignorance to sin over God's revealed truth. God revealed His truth through His word. And if we're rejecting His word, we're walking in darkness. And that's the trap that Satan has for you to stumble, for you to believe the lie, your own lies. You're lying to yourself.